everyone, welcome back to the Stitchberry podcast. This is episode 29. My name is Grace and I'm the crochet designer behind stitchberryblog.com, where I share a ton of free crochet patterns that are feminine, simple, and timeless. So if that sounds like your style, be sure to check out my blog. I will have it linked down below, as well as everything else that I mention in this episode will also be linked down below. And before I forget, I should mention what I'm wearing today. This is the Hazelnut Henley sweater. This is a pattern by me. It is free on my blog. I love it so much. It is my favorite sweater that I have ever made, and it's a little bit warm in here, so I may not survive the whole episode wearing this, but it's September and I wanted to wear a cozy sweater, so I decided to pull this one out. So if I change halfway through the episode, that is why. It is what it is. But anyways, I hope you are all enjoying your autumn and that you're making tons of cozy memories and working on all of your cozy fall projects. And of course, in this episode, I will be sharing what I've been working on lately this fall, as well as a new free crochet pattern, progress on my Folklore cardigan, and some other cozy sock whips. I think that is all that I have. So anyways, let's get into it with finished projects. I have one finished project to share with you, and it's technically not finished, but I will explain why it's not finished yet, and it just doesn't make sense to share it again on the podcast once it is completely done. So I decided I will just go ahead and share it today as a finished project, and that is my mossy blanket. There we go. This is a free crochet pattern by me, and by the time this episode comes out, the pattern will be live on my blog. I have it rolled up all cute, but I'm going to just unroll it so you can see the texture on this one is so good. It's just so dense and squishy. I love it so much. Every time I post this on my TikTok or Instagram, I get comments about the stitch literally all the time. It is that good. I love it so much. I used Lime Brand Color Theory and I believe Moonstone for this, and it's just a really nice neutral grayish white. I feel like it's a super duper light gray where it just border lines like a cool ivory cream, if that makes sense. I really love it. I think it's a really great neutral color, and the reason why this is not technically a finished project is I do want to go ahead and add one more skein into it just to make it slightly longer, but I'm hoping to do that this week, and it's literally not going to change the blanket really that much except for the length, because it's such a simple blanket. I felt like it really wasn't worth sharing again. But anyways, that's why it's like not really finished, but for the most part it's finished. All of the ends are woven in except for the very last one where I will add in the last skein. And this pattern comes in 9 sizes, but the only size that is free on my blog is the throw size, and then all of the other patterns are written out in the pattern PDF, which I will also have that link down below. So if you would like all of the sizes that range from Lovey to King, that is available in the PDF. But if you just want the throw size, which is the size that I made, that is free on my blog. It's a super easy, fun, repetitive pattern. I really enjoyed working on this. It was really fun. It was so exciting to watch it grow, but at the same time, like, I love taking it with me to coffee shop or library to work on, and it just became not the best mobile project after a while just because it became so large. But it was a really fun pattern, and I'm really happy to have it, that I can snuggle up in it this fall and winter. And I think it's a really fun, easy pattern if you're looking for a cozy blanket to crochet. Okay, now on to the Folklore cardigan. You guys, I have been making progress on this. So as I've said, I feel like in the last 5 episodes, I did not fully cast off any of the pieces, like the back panel, front panels, sleeves, just because I wanted to be able to finish all the pieces and make sure that they're all the right length and that they fit in together great and stuff. So I chose not to cast anything off yet, but I finally made progress a couple days ago, and I was able to finally finish off some of the pieces and cast them off, so they are all ready to block and seam together. So let me just show you really quick. Oh, and I should say that this is a free crochet pattern by Lime Brand, and I am knitting the medium size. There's only 3 sizes, which is unfortunate, but I'm knitting the middle size, which I think I have kept forgetting to say that in every single episode. And I'm using Swish DK for this, not Swish DK, Swish Worsted for this. And the main color is Nutmeg Heather, and then the accent I'm using Lost Lake Heather. So this is the back panel. So really all I had to do was this little bit up here on the shaping on both sides. I did have to go back once I finished the front panels. They were slightly longer than the back, so I did have to go in and add about another inch in this section right here, but I'm really happy that I was able to do that, because then it just completed this diamond, because otherwise I was like stopped like in the middle of the diamond. So I feel like it will make the back look better since that diamond is fully complete. So I'm very happy with that. And then I have my 2 front panels all casted off and ready to go for seaming. I won't show you the other one because they're the exact same, but these front panels were my favorite ones to knit. They just worked up so quick and so easy, especially once you got to the decreasing section in here. You're decreasing on this side and then on this side, so it just makes it go by so fast. And then I have, which I don't think I've cast off all of the sleeves. Oh, I did this one. I still have to officially cast off one more sleeve. I was going to do it this weekend and then I didn't get around to it. And then here's the sleeve. So my plan is today, I can't decide if I want to block everything and then seam it together, or if I want to seam everything together and then block it. I think I might do a gentle block just to relax the cables and let them grow a little bit. I think will be nice. So I think I might go ahead and do that today, and then I can start seaming it together tomorrow, I think is what I'm going to do. I don't know, I feel like they really don't need to be blocked that much. I feel like it'd be easier to do it before I seam everything together. So I think that that is what I'm going to do. There really isn't that much else to talk about with it. I'm very relieved that I have all of the panels done and that I can start working on the last bits of the cardigan, so blocking, seaming, and then I do have to do the like neck collar band thing, button band, and I do not know what buttons I'm going to use for this. I looked a little bit on Etsy, but I want to look at Amazon and Google honestly to just see what buttons are out there, because I really want to take my time and choose the right buttons for these. I know I want wooden buttons, I do know that, but I don't know for sure what buttons I'm going to use, because this is such a special project and cardigan and really meaningful to me, so I really want to make sure I choose the right buttons to go with this. And I have a whip that I haven't shown in the last couple episodes just because I wasn't working on it, but since I made a little bit of progress, I decided to pull it back out and show you again. So I am knitting this pair of socks. I don't know the name of them, but they have this really beautiful minimal slip stitch pattern throughout the sock, as well as an optional ruffle detail, which I will be knitting the ruffles on these because I think that that is so cute. So I am not super far along. I did make about an inch of progress yesterday. It is really hard to see the pattern, and I don't know if it's the yarn, the lighting, or just because it's a really subtle pattern. You can see it more in person, and especially like the more you hold it away, the more you can see it. But it has this really nice like double thick band here at the top. This is cuffed down, and then I believe this pearl ridge is where you pick up stitches, or right above it, for the ruffle once you finish the whole sock. So I think I have maybe about an inch more or so to go on the leg before I can start on the heel. Yeah, these are not a priority project, but I really didn't have anything that I really wanted to work on yesterday. I didn't feel like pulling out the blanket because it was just so big and bulky, and the Folklore cardigan, I'm really done with the knitting for it for a little bit, so I just decided to work on this for a little bit, and it was really fun to pull this back out and make a little bit of progress on it. The yarn that I'm using is Wonderland Yarns. Here is the yarn label, and this is what the yarn looks like. It is so pretty. It's this warm cream color with pink and yellow speckles in it and mauve. It is so pretty, and this is a fingering weight yarn. It is 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon, and the color is Tea Time. I think it's a really lovely spring summer colorway. I did start this, I think, like 2 months ago at this point, so I casted it on in the summertime, and it is now September, but I will still work on these whenever I have the time because, you know, I can still wear these year round. So that is my little bit of progress on these socks. And my other sock whip I do not have with me right now because I was at a friend's house over the weekend and I was working on those socks while we were watching some Halloween movies, and then I forgot them at her house. And she lives like 30 minutes away from me, and I will be seeing her in a couple days, so it didn't really make sense to go get the pair of socks, like drive the 30 minutes when I know I'm going to be seeing her in a couple days. So once I get them back, I will put in a picture of the sock. This is just a really simple vanilla sock that I'm knitting. I'm almost done with the first sock since I'm knitting these for my sister. I did stop early on the first sock just because I wanted to make sure I got the right size, but I wanted to start on the second pair, or the second sock. So I broke the yarn and I started the second sock, and I'm almost done with the heel. I just have the decreases to do, and then I'm into the foot. So this is a DK weight sock that I'm knitting. I'm using Oaken Fibers yarn, her DK base, in Robin's Egg. It's a really pretty blue color. I love it, and this has been a great simple sock knitting project for me. Again, obviously because I took it with me to work on at a friend's house while watching a movie, and then I forgot it, which explains why I picked this up yesterday, because I didn't have that other sock project that I was more actively working on. So I have a couple of project plans that I wanted to talk about really quickly, and the first one is another pair of socks that I will be starting, and I will be making these with Black Cat Fibers yarn. This color, I cannot get over how good this yarn looks on camera. It just pops so well, and I think that this is so perfect for fall. I got this at a fiber festival last year. It was on clearance, so obviously I could not resist. And I talked about this yarn in my fall project plans video and how I wanted to knit a pair of fall socks with these. So I think I'm probably going to do just a plain simple vanilla sock. And even even though I already have 2 sock whips, and I don't even like having more than 1 sock whip at a time, and I will soon be having 3. The reason why I'm starting these is because I'm going to see a movie with my friends tomorrow, and my plan was to knit through the heel of the DK Weight Robin's egg socks that I just talked about, and then I would have the foot to work on during the movie. Well, and since I don't have that project with me, I'm not able to knit through the heel before the movie, but I don't want to go to the movies without having a project to work on. It just helps me so much going to movies to just have something for my hands to do. I used to hate going to the movie theater just because I had to sit there for 2 hours and do nothing but watch the movie. So I've learned that bringing a really simple sock project, something that's just stockinette in the round where I don't really have to see it, really helps me to enjoy watching the movie. That is why I'm casting these on probably today, so then I can knit the cuffs, so then they will be ready at the leg for me for the movies. We'll see. I've never had 3 sock projects, and I just feel like I have so many projects right now that I need to finish some things, and I feel like it's really just the Folklore cardigan. Like, I feel like I will have so much brain space and won't be so overwhelmed with all my projects once I finish the Folklore cardigan. And even though I just talked about being overwhelmed with how many projects I have yet another one that I hope to start this week. So since the blanket design is done, because I was really pushing on finishing that as soon as possible because I wanted to get that pattern out as soon as possible, I didn't work at all on a vest pattern idea that I have in my head. So now that the blanket is being released in a couple days, I want to start working on a vest pattern that I have. I want to start experimenting with a crochet vest pattern, and the yarn that I'm going to crochet my sample in is Swish DK in Squirrel Heather. It is this beautiful grayish color. I feel like because it's brown, but it's a cool brown and has like some gray undertones in it, so it is a very pretty color. I really like it, and not much to talk about really with it. I have some ideas for the pattern, but also not, so I think I need to sit down in the next couple days and work on experimenting with some stitch patterns and just the overall structure of the vest and the shape of it, and hoping for it to just turn out how I have in my head, because this is an idea that I've wanted to make as a pattern for probably 3 years. I just never had the time, so I'm excited to finally have a little bit of time this year to work on that and hopefully make a really cute vest pattern. And as far as the news this week, I have a couple of videos out. I have a cozy crochet vlog. I'm crocheting on the blanket a lot in that vlog, as well as there's some other cozy fall things included in that vlog. So if you like watching other people work on their projects, which those are personally like some of my favorite videos to watch on YouTube, then I highly recommend you watch that one. I also just posted a video where I curated a list of 18 free crochet patterns that are perfect for fall. I have 3 categories in the video, so I have garments, accessories, and then home decor. So I have a few patterns in each of those categories, and again, they are all free and they are all so cozy, and I love them all so much. So if you want a little bit of inspiration or pattern ideas for this autumn, then I highly recommend that you check out that video. And as far as reading, I have not done much reading. I've been slowly chipping away at A Court of Thorns and Roses. It's getting better, but it's still not my favorite book ever. I am almost done. I have this much more to go, so I am very excited to finish it, and I do want to read the second book because I heard that it gets so much better with the second book. So I think I'm going to finish that one, cleanse my reading palette, read a couple of other books, and then come back and start the second one because I really want to just love it as much as everyone else does. So we'll see if it gets better for me. And I told myself if I don't like book 2, I will tap out at book 2 and I will not force myself to read the rest of the series. But that is where we are at with A Court of Thorns and Roses. I'm really just at a point where I'm just motivated to finish it so then I can start some other books that are on my TBR. And that is all that I have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please let me know down below in the comments what you are working on, and I hope you are enjoying all the cozy fall vibes this year, and I hope you all have a lovely and cozy day, and I will see you in the next video.